Hey everyone. I recently jumped back into Valheim. I haven't played it since before the Mistlands and Ashlands updates were added in. If you have not played this game for a couple years like me, or have just not tried it, I highly recommend you give it a shot now. It is a blast, especially with friends, and it has a ton of content for a great price. The only slight downfall I find to this game is that it can be fairly grindy for resources, but that can easily be changed through the main menu settings or at any point in the game via console commands. For those just starting out, I wanted to show 3 very quick and easy starter shelters. You should build one of these as soon as you can, because it will make everything going forward much easier and faster for you. In case you don't know, not only does having a shelter let you upgrade and build better equipment, it can give you a rested bonus that increases your health and stamina regeneration, and it also boosts your experience gain for a short period of time. The first shelter I'll show makes use of an existing structure that you can find around your map. So depending on how rundown this is, it will be super easy to build and not require much resources at all. The second I show is built from scratch, so it takes a bit more time to gather all the resources. And the third is a larger variation on the second to allow for more room for growth and storage. Or if you are playing with others, they can make use of it as well. So starting with repairing an existing structure, you want to try and find a building that is mostly intact, so you don't need to use much resources. But anything will do. The quicker you find and build a shelter, the better it is for you. You just want to make sure that it is in the meadows biome, because that is the safest area. And also look out for bees. Some of the buildings will have a nest in them, which will poison you. Once you have found your spot, start by building a crafting station inside it. If there is not already a roof over top of this section, you want to build that next, so that you can use your crafting station to repair your hammer whenever you need. Then place your bed, and now you can go ahead and repair everything. The nice thing is, it doesn't use any resources to do any repairs. Once you're done, you want to build a fireplace. Campfires must be on normal ground, not the wood flooring. The best way to build this is to knock out one of the walls, and then build your fireplace using 3 walls going out and around. Next, cover this with a roof section angled out and away from your base. You want to do all this because if your fire is exposed to wind or rain, it will go out. Then build your fire. You will now be sheltered, and in about 20 seconds of standing inside here, you will get the rested bonus. This bonus will last for 11 minutes because you are at a comfort level of 4. You get 3 for the fire and the shelter, and an additional 1 point for your bed. I also recommend placing a chest down so that you can store any items you don't need, but also make sure to store some wood in the chest so that you can refuel your fireplace whenever you need without having to go chop down some more trees. For the next 2 structures, you can build them anywhere you like, but they will take more resources. One is small, copying the design of the existing one I just used, and the other is a bit bigger, which will give you more room for chests and upgrades to your crafting station. For the small one, you need about 92 wood and 5 stone. Start by building your crafting station, then surround it on 3 sides with walls, and building a roof over top of it. Now you want to craft a hoe, and then find a somewhat level spot nearby. Then use your hoe to make sure it is flat. Just stand on one spot and use it on the ground all around you. This will level the ground to whatever spot you are standing on. Next, build your floor. You want to make a 2x3 grid. And then build walls all around this, leaving a gap in the middle on the long side, and leave one short side open. Next, you can use the 1x1 wall pieces on either side of the short end so that you can center the door in it. Now build your roof. If you need to at this point, you can go tear down the crafting station and its shelter you built before to get those resources back, and rebuild the crafting station inside your house now. Next, you want to build your fireplace area with 3 walls leaving the open ground for the fire. Build a roof over this section, being sure to use the steep roof, facing it away from the rest of your house so the smoke can easily vent out. Then build your door, the angled walls next to the roof, Next, you want to build your bed, and the crafting station if you haven't already done that, then a chest, and finally the fire. You now have a nice little house giving you the rested bonus. For the slightly larger shelter, which gives you more room for expansion, storage, or space for anyone you are playing with, you will need 5 stone and about 130 wood, depending on how many chests you want to build. Start the same way as with the smaller house, building your crafting station with a smaller shelter around it, then crafting a hoe and leveling the ground. Now you want to build a 3x4 floor grid. Next, build your walls around the floor, leaving the center square free on both short sides. One will be your door, and the other your fireplace, which you can go ahead and build now. You can use an angled wall section to help place the roof over the fireplace if you like, and then just remove it later to allow for better ventilation. Now place your roof along the side walls with the angled wall pieces, and then fill in the gaps at the front and the back of the house with the normal wall piece. Next, you will build the roof peak. I find it's far easier to build if you place these little X pieces first. You might have to wiggle it around or play with the snap points to get it to fit in. Now finish up the house with the campfire, a cooking station if you like, the crafting station, and a door. You can also build a few chests for storage and whatever else you like. It's also worth mentioning that if you build a rug with the deerskin, and a table and a stool, you will get an additional point from each, adding 3 more points to your comfort level, which will make the rested buff last 3 additional minutes. Well, that is all I have for you in this video. I am planning to do a build video on a bigger and bit nicer looking house, along with the base area around it that you can use all the way into the mid or late stage of the game. It will still be simple and easy to build, however. I do not have anywhere near the amount of talent some people have with their builds, so it's not going to be complex like theirs. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you enjoyed this video.